Welcome to Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter. This is a brand new story with a brand new character named Arlo, the forgotten prince of King Rattus. His story is set several rat generations after the events of Tales of Iron, so about 6 years, and their bloody war with the frogs. This time though, an old ancient enemy force has awakened, only known as the Dark Wings. Similar to the first game, we are thrust into leadership to unite our forces, recruit specialists, rebuild our kingdom, and confront the leader of the army of Dark Wings. Tales of Iron 2 has 27 trophies, with 10 bronze, 10 silver, 6 gold, and that coveted platinum that an absolutely insane 26.9% of people have managed to achieve, showing this game is beloved by many. We will be going through the story, finding collectibles, fighting a myriad of enemies, upgrading our town, and defeating bosses, while also seeing if the combat and movement has improved over the first game. So, with all that information out of the way, let's platinum Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter. The game starts out much like the first. We learn some of the mechanics, including upgrading items at the smithy and a bestiary, so you know what items to farm off what enemies. Moving forward, we join Dad and start our first trophy for hunting 25 backstabbers. Although I am not too sure if this boss counts towards that amount. Celebrating our victory, we drink with Dad and go to bed, only to be attacked by the Dark Wings, who, just like the first game, kill almost everyone we know, including dear old Dad. And just like the first game, we have lost all of our equipment, but we are from the north. So taking up arms, we chase down the son of the Dark Wings chief, promptly kill him where he stands, and get the Tales of Iron 2 title screen, and return to our castle to begin work. Now, this game's trophies are quite unusual, I would say, as there is only 2 related to the story out of the 27. So what I will be doing is giving you story updates in the way of how they will help us get the trophies later on. Our first quest is to gather a cook named Frey for Winter's Edge by going to see the Night Eyes. This will open up 2 trophies related to them later on. The next combat trophy is for killing 25 frogs, which thanks to them I learned that they have elemental weaknesses and strengths, as an electric weapon I used did less damage than a non-elemental weapon. Moving forward and many frogs later, we even find a boss frog who was no match for our fire. What's more, there are even snakes in this game, one of which we had to beat to get Frey safely home. After which they agreed to join Winter's Edge, ending that quest. But we aren't finished here, as there are frogs to kill and a side quest to finish for some trophies. One trophy, which will appear in every area of the game, is for finishing all of the ranger quests here in the Golden Forest. And as you can see, they are split into 3 categories: bosses, infestations, and requests. So let's get started with the death marches, another one on the kill trophies we are hunting for. And just for clarification, we cannot finish all of these quests until after the end of the game. Just wanted to point that out here, but we can start them though. And these are the centipedes, and my god, what is happening on my screen with the camera shake. These enemies do not stop moving, and honestly, it took forever just to take these ones down. Forget the 25 I have to get to. But it is started, and that's all that matters in the end. Our second trophy request comes from Ernest the Heron, for finding his missing fishing rod that he lost down the well. The same well probably that is just to the right of us. So we go over to this treehouse, buy this jar, go spelunking in that well and find the moles, who upon receiving the jar part with a fishing rod that we can now return to Ernest, earning us the Find the Heavens fishing pole trophy and finally getting us on the board for the platinum after nearly 2 hours of gameplay. As a side note, they really should have named these trophies better. Our next area is the Rift, looking for the smith Ron, whose wife and kids were kidnapped by the frogs. And how do we know this, you ask? Well, he kicked my ass a few times, but when I won, he did spill his story. On our journey to save them, we get our next combat trophy enemy, the tail spinners, aka spiders, so we know our area for them when we want to find them. Continuing on, we find his wife's dead body, fight our way through more frogs, and even earning the Defeat 25 Frogs trophy for defeating 25 frogs. But just like his wife, Ron perished to the twin frog bosses, and it is up to us now to rescue his daughters. So after a grueling battle, we save them, offer them a place at our home, and a forge to call their own. And now, of course, we can explore this place too, which starts with both the Rift Hunt and Maggie the Magpie's missing glasses. You find them quite easily, amazingly enough. They are just to the right of the town, and upon returning them to her, we get the trophy, find the Magpie's spectacles, and the biggest treasure of all, a small discount to her store, wherever that may be. But for now, let's move on with the story. Our next quest is to recruit a builder, because although I have a cook and a smith, I still can't upgrade my health or my armor, leaving me basically one-shottable by everything I come across. And this quest right here is literally delivering a takeaway to these two moles, which you can find in the cave next door if you continue the story a little more. But we managed to deliver it supposedly quickly and get rewarded with more mole armor and the Deliver the Late Mole Donald's trophy, so maybe not so quickly then. Moving along, we discover that Billy Beaver died to a backstabber, so as per the usual, we take up arms against the boss to avenge the beaver, who, after defeating the boss, turns out was just actually plain dead so he wouldn't be killed, and is more than happy to work at the castle, so all's well that ends well. And finally, after so long, I can finally begin to talk about the buildings in this game. So each of the people we have recruited has their own specific building, just like the start of the game. There are trophies associated to building each of these buildings to level 3. There is also trophies associated with what they do, like a level 3 curious or a level 3 weapon at the blacksmith, eating every available food from the cooks, and now finally we can actually start making a dent into those trophies too. But let's just call this Act 1, shall we? And move on to Act 2, which starts with us upgrading the building to level 3, getting the build level 3 builder trophy. And I'm starting to notice that these trophies don't have good names at all, like at all. We also go on another adventure to rescue some of our rat friends from the Rift, who are, and I kid you not, Robin Hood and Little John. But like always, someone has to die, and it's Little John getting his head eaten by a giant bat. It was at this point too I dropped the difficulty because I just don't like seeing me make progress, or what I believe to be progress, just for the enemies to still two-shot me. It just isn't fun for me at all. Maybe if we had iframes when rolling, maybe if there was some semblance of a level system to upgrade my strength, sure. But when everything, even with upgraded armor, still takes you out in 2 hits, it just doesn't feel like progression anymore. So I just dropped the difficulty. I'd rather have fun playing on easy than struggle playing on normal. Now next up in the story, we have 3 more quests to deal with. The first is getting Tuck's shop open, opening up another one of our trophies, which as you guessed is build level 3 blank. And during that quest we meet the worms, another one of our hit list monsters to kill. It's actually a little insane how many trophies revolve around killing each type of enemy compared to the 2 measly story trophies that we get. But funnily enough, and speaking of the hit list, here are the birds. No, literally the trophy is just called birds, which you will see when I kill 21 more of them. Maybe 20 if this mother is included, but we beat her up, steal the skull from her head, so Tuck can show it in their shop, and we are 1 step closer to getting his level 3 trophy too. The second quest involves Frey and recruiting a farmer so we can have better meals in the castle. During my adventure of recruiting the badges, we meet another of the hit list, the cultist owls. These are just like all the others, beat up 25, earn a trophy. So we save the brother from the cultists and the were owl, take them back home to get the build level 3 chef trophy, and immediately after that get the full belly trophy for eating everything at the chef's place, giving us a sweet and savoury double trophy for our time. Our third quest is to help out Rita and her smithing tools, which need to be blessed back in the rift. During of which I went into the spider's den and noticed they constantly respawn in groups of 3. So after about a minute or so of wailing on them, we get the defeat 25 tail spinners for, well, defeating 25 of them. And we help Rita out. Bless her hammer with tea. Or the tea was to help the shaman perform the ritual. Either way, we get that done. Get back home, upgrade her smithy to level 3, earning the build level 3 smithy trophy, and with it also comes 2 crafting trophies for a level 3 curious and a level 3 weapon. Beautiful that after all this time we are getting trophy after trophy after trophy. Another one to upgrade is the shop. So we get a quest to fight a poison worm, and with that dead we can return to the town, head over to the builder and build the level 3 shop for the trophy of the same name, and can finally not have to worry about materials anymore. Instead, I can focus on getting through the story to the points we need. So let's call this the end of Act 2, shall we? Act 3 starts with us going to a new area, and you know what that means. There will be a new set of hunts for us to complete. Or so you would think. Instead, it was a full retreat for the lifeboats to save the rabbit people. And then followed up almost immediately with us reclaiming the place. So what can you do about it? Video games, where time makes no sense. Our next, or in this case old area, is one we know well, the Crimson Keep, with our old main character Reggie, now aged from the years. But Reggie isn't so fragile, as he sets up the Crimson Tournament to see if we are worthy of his help. And after fighting through the faces we know all too well, we go against the king himself. But like our foes, we are the main character in this story, and upon besting Reggie, he offers his help, and we even earn the Crimson Keep Tournament trophy too. What's strange about this is that no guide classes this as a story trophy, but instead a side mission. However, it's mandatory that you win it. There is also our point of no return for the main quest, and knowing that, let's get to trophy hunting everything else, shall we? First, starting with the Golden Forest, we hunt down 25 owls, and then the 25 death matches by doing what we did with the spiders, running in and out of a load zone until the trophy pops from killing them all. I also got this confusing quest where it clearly says active during the day, but I could only find it at night. Maybe it's just a small oversight on the game side. Next up is the Rift, to return Merlin all of his cards. Now these cards come from shops and quests and general exploration in the Rift area. That I'll put on screen here for your convenience. But with all of them collected, we earn the Collect All the Tarot Cards trophy and the 4th piece to a secret boss. The Outskirts is our next destination, as we have the final piece for the secret boss. We needed 4 pieces to open this door, and I will also put them on screen here of where to find them, as I didn't realise they were a part of a trophy. I also did get all of these without really trying, but we make our way inside, defeat the boss as well, and earn the Defeat Harat Blurfang trophy. We also steal all of his armor and weapons, which is a quite nice upgrade for what we're wearing. While we are in the Outskirts, I also make sure to pick up the hit list trophies, adding defeat 25 mudworms, defeat 25 backstabbers, and defeat 25 birds to our trophy count. Which, as a piece of advice, read the bestiary, not a random trophy guide on the internet of where to find these creatures, because some of them were saying that you have to find them during the day, but I found them at night, and some were saying find them at night, but I was finding them during the day. It's easier if you just use the in-game information, which they would have known if they read it too. But with those trophies now finished, we can end Act 3 and enter Act 4, which is to finish the story, unlock the rest of the hunts, and get these final 7 trophies. Following the story a little bit, we get the story trophy Flying Turtle for flying with a turtle in his flying machine. Only one of 2 story related trophies apparently, and we battle through this place, taking out bat after undead bat, boss after boss after undead boss, until we reach the summit where Reggie is felled by Count Kazakh. So it is up to us to take the fight to him, which of course we do. We are the Warden Arlo. This is what we have trained for since birth, and so upon defeating both of his forms, we don't cry out in victory, but in sorrow at Reggie's death, earning us the In the Ice That Binds Them trophy. And we can now move on to dealing with the hunt, as I am leaving the ending for the outro of this video. Our first hunt ended with a Sky Scorcher, one that had been released after the fall of the Count, earning us the complete Golden Forest hunts. The second, I made sure to kill the Sky Scorcher first, and instead went on this entire Star Wars inspired adventure with its own Rancor and Jabba the Hutt references, that upon beating earned us the complete Rift's Hunt trophy. Unfortunately, I can't say anything fun about the next 2 trophies, as for the Outskirts I killed a giant bird, earning the complete Outskirts Hunt trophy. There was a different hunt that got you all the way through and earning a little porcupine pet, but I did that one first, regrettably. And for the second, we kill an ice death march, earning both the complete White Whiskers hunt and Collector Medals Platinum trophy, bringing an end to our trophy hunting. Tales of Iron 2 Whiskers of Winter is both an upgrade to its predecessor, but also doesn't do anything outstanding, at least to me. Having the elemental mechanics was a brilliant touch to the game, as it resembled Monster Hunter, being able to switch around weapons to suit your needs, as well as being able to upgrade different armor sets to resist them too. However, it just feels like they were introduced to show that this game is different to the first one. Once I selected 6 weapons I liked, I just didn't care for the other 50 or 60 or however many were available. The same goes for the armor. Yes, I played on an easier difficulty, but when a game lets you upgrade yourself and you don't see any meaningful progression from it, why would you torment yourself with being battered again and again when an easier difficulty is sitting right there? Lastly, there is the story. Unfortunately, besides the narrator doing a phenomenal job again, it was just a copy and paste of the first one. Now hear me out on this. Our dad dies, we lose everything, and we take up leadership. We recruit multiple people to help us upgrade ourselves, and then finally we get to fight the final boss, potentially lose our brother just before the fight, only to find out he survived in the end, and then we take up the crown for the Crimson Keep, just like the first game. Tales of Iron 2 is just as clunky as the first game, and although the story was enjoyable, it just didn't do enough for me to say anything too great about it. I guess I could say it was a super easy platinum, but maybe I'm wrong and I missed something that others saw. Let me know in the comments below. However, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe because I enjoyed recording this, however negative I might sound. I hope you did enjoy watching it too. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and from Arlo and I, goodbye.
Would come again, but that, as they say, is a tale for another time.
Also, here is some footage of me attempting Bloody Whiskers in the first Tales of Iron. To the person who commented I should play that, what did I do to deserve such torment?